I can't be trusted.
Hello, everybody. I was about to say good morning, but it's not good morning for you, Aoife.
No, it's a good evening for
a
me,
new
but it
face
is a
to
good morning for you.
It is.
It's
It's
what?
only 9:30. It's 9:30
Oh,
a.m. for
you're
me.
so behind me.
I know. You've like had your whole day.
I've done stuff, girl.
Well, I don't get to do daytime sprints very often, but I decided to take the weekend off, and so I was like,
That's fair.
we're just gonna take advantage of it. I'm doing a very productive day. Michelle, hello. Would you like to join us? And if you're here, I will send you the link. Anyways, I figured I would just be productive. I'm vlogging a day in the life as a content creator video today.
So like
Yeah.
for work or as a side hustle?
Well, because I'm like basically making today a YouTube day.
That's so clever.
I know, right?
So
I've been
clever.
excited about today all week because I'm like, I get to do so much for the channel. And honestly,
You know
like,
what?
day in the life vlogs are one of my favorite things to watch.
Yeah. I know how you said that you've been excited for West all week, but like small little plug, I'm hosting Rom-Comathon with Michelle on Monday, and I have been excited for it since I had the idea.
Nice.
And I don't even remember
so
when I had the idea. I think it was like mid-June or something. That I was just so like, nobody's done this. Let's do this.
Nobody's done this before.
Nobody's done this ever.
Which doesn't make like it's so funny because like Rom-Comathon just works. Like that name.
It does. It works so well. And I've had so many people be like, does this count? And I'm like, yep. What about this? Yeah. If you believe it to be a rom-com in your heart, then I can't tell you
Is it romantic slightly? Is it comedic?
Yeah.
Works.
Excellent.
I have not made my TBR for that yet, but I am going to try to read. I'm going to try to read 7 books.
Oh, like one every day?
Mm-hmm. So I don't know how long you've been on BookTube or like in the BookTube sphere, but several years ago there was something called Contemporary-a-thon. That was really big. By Chelsea and Julie, yeah. And that was super big. And like the big thing was to try to do 7 books in 7 days. And I was like, I want to try to do this again. And since I'm already like trying to read all these books in August anyways,
yeah,
it's gonna be great.
Possibly doable for you with your like crazy reading speed.
I'm behind on it right now. I only finished my 17th book. And it's the 19th. So like technically it should be more than one a day. And I finished my 17th book yesterday. So I'm not far behind.
No, you're not too far behind.
A little bit behind.
It's catch-upable.
Honestly, the 33 and 31 is going to be an unattainable goal anyway. I just wanted to see how close I could get. Hello, everybody. No, that's perfectly fine. You can just
oh my god, rude.
Anyways, hello. Yeah, see, okay. I loved the
7 and 7 is so unattainable for me unless I just did nothing else but read. Like I watched everybody's like I read X books in 24 hours and I'm like, how do these people do this? Like there's a booktuber over here. I don't know how big she is in the US. Her name is Coco Day, and she's done a lot of like I read for 24 hours, or I read in 24 hours, or I put a timer for 24 hours, and then I did like work stuff or took a shower or cooked outside of that and wanted to see how much she reads. And I think her highest was 5, and I was like, where do you get the concentration for 5?
That was an interesting. I read for 24 hours, and like I wanted to see how long it would take me to read for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because like obviously you're doing other things, so it ended up taking me like 6 days to get to the 24-hour mark of reading.
That's like wild. That's like an average of 4 a day. Like, that's okay.
Yeah. And that includes like audiobooks and stuff like that. I know that I'm like very privileged because I work in an office setting. And so like generally at least half of my day I can sit listening to an audiobook.
Yeah, if I'm doing something that like doesn't need a whole lot of concentration, like there is stuff with my work that I'm like, I really need to sit and put all my brain power into this. And then there's some stuff that I'm like, I can just listen to like a podcast or an audiobook or whatever in the background. And that happens like maybe 2-3 days a week now, which is pretty good.
Yeah. I've also tried, because what I unintentionally do is go down YouTube rabbit holes and like we'll watch an entire day's worth, like a work day's worth just on YouTube. Like it's just like in my watch later, because like my watch later playlist is like over.
No, that was me today. That was 100% me today. There's 3 podcasts that I listen to that come out on a Friday, so I did those in the morning in between my 2 meetings, because I knew if I was listening to like YouTube during the meeting, I would lose concentration. So I listened to my 3 podcasts. And then for the rest of the afternoon after lunch, I was just like, booktube, scrolling through my subscriptions feed. Like, what's new? Who's put something out? What can I watch?
Right. It's what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So the only way I was like, okay, if I finish a book a day, is I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to an hour of audiobook, and then I watch 1 YouTube video, and then an hour of audiobook, and then
how long that lasts?
It's going pretty well.
Okay.
I'm not doing it as much on the weekends. Like I'll watch more.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I think weekends are
used. When I'm sitting at my desk, that's what I was trying to do.
Okay.
So, yeah,
that's fair. That's fair.
Hello, Kaylee. Hello, Cal. Best reading month this year was 33 books. I mean, like my best reading month this year, I think was
teach Brianna your ways.
No, it's funny because I filmed my mid-month wrap up and I was like, this stack is bigger than most end of month wrap. And they're all physical books that are coming off of my TBR,
which is good.
I think currently, even after my my birthday books, except for 1 book order that I made, I think I'm only like up maybe 6 books.
Overall, that's not bad.
Because of how many that I've read this month.
It could have been a lot worse.
I knew it wasn't going to go down this month. What I didn't want was for it to go up 25 or 30.
When I went back to Ireland just after my birthday this year, and I was like, I'm probably going to buy a couple of books. And I knew that I had like the personal shopper experience that I did the video for a couple of weeks ago. And I was counting them as I put them all into my suitcase, because I brought every book, well, not every book, but most of them back with me. And there were 19 just from Ireland, just from 2 weeks in Ireland alone. And then when I came back, like I had a couple of gifts from like my wish list. I had been to a bookshop on my actual birthday to buy what was supposed to be 1 but became 5.
That was
me yesterday. It always happens though. I never just leave with 1. And I think at the end, the haul is coming out at the end of this month. I think it's something like 30 something books.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think currently I've got like maybe 16, 17 books on my haul. There's an order with 10 books coming though.
Happens. Also, I've just signed up for like a 6-month
there was a
subscription.
Sale.
It happens. Also, it was your birthday. So everything that you do in your birthday month does not count.
It doesn't count, right? Exactly.
No. Also, I just signed up for like a 6-month subscription box as a gift from my parents. So there's going to be at least 1 a month until August, September, November, February.
Nice. Hello, Danielle. Hello.
Hello.
So, what are you reading today?
What am I reading today? I am starting I'll Have What She's Having by Erin Carlson, which I got this recommendation from Hillary from Melted Books channel. It is kind of a non-fiction book about Nora Ephron's 3 big rom-coms from the 80s and 90s.
Oh,
and
cool.
I adore Nora Ephron. You've Got Mail is one of my favorite movies of all time.
good,
So as
right?
soon as Hillary was talking about that, I was like, I need that book now. And I think like by some miraculous coincidence, it was in a 99p deal in the UK Kindle site.
Oh, nice.
Either the following month or the month after that. So I was like, right, there's your sign from the universe. Well,
okay, so I am reading 2 books because I have the audiobook for one, and so I need to like do a little bit of like cleaning, so I might turn my audiobook on. In the Quick by Kate Hope Day. This is a Jane Eyre retelling in space.
Okay.
That's all I know about it, and I just bought it because the cover was really pretty.
Oh, you haven't started it yet, even.
I am on like chapter 3, but the chapters are only like 2 pages long, so I'm you know, like I started it when I was washing dishes this morning.
That's a short chapter.
I know, right? They're very short. Hoping that that's just because it's like introduction and they're trying to like build up tension. Hoping that that's what it is, because it is very short. However, on an audiobook, it's not. It's like you can't really tell.
Yeah, you don't really notice it when you're on an audiobook. It just flows.
Yeah. And then I'm doing another project where I'm not picking my TBR per se. Okay. I'm given prompts and then I have to pick a book.
Oh, I love this idea.
I was given so Cal, Margaret, and I are doing this thing where we're basically picking prompts for each other.
Oh, I love that.
We finish the book and then we pick another prompt. And so the prompt was we went on a whole tangent last night. Because the prompt was a book with a number in the title, right? And Derek and I were like rocking the shelves trying to figure this out. And I was like, the only book I can find is either The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, which is a dense book and is not conducive to reading a whole bunch, or The 5th Season, which is also
quite heavy book.
So then I'm like, I'm vlogging this morning and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, this is going to be I'm going to have to read this book so fast. And then I like look over at my Dark Academia shelf and I find this book.
Oh, perfect.
And I was like, I'm an idiot.
Perfect option. And I know so many people who love the Atlas 6 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you're in good hands.
It's fall now. Like my birthday's over, so it's fall. So we start reading Dark Academia.
I'm going to tell you something. The Irish seasons calendar follows, I think it's like the lunar patterns or something. Mm-hmm. So our seasons are a month ahead of everyone else. So in Ireland, it's been autumn since the start of August. So
exactly. Perfect.
You're not cheating. You're just Irish.
My dog's just opened my back door. I'm like, why? I'm like, I am home alone. Why is my door opening?
And the dog is just there.
Well, they have a doggy door. The tall one, like, will hit the top of the door and like basically grab the door with his tail. Well, I don't know how he does it. But if I don't lock the door, it just kind of opens. It just because I live in an old house. The door doesn't latch unless it's clocked.
Fair.
Anyways, yeah. All right. So 40-minute timer sound good?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Let's get some reading did.
Let's do it. All right. Well, then I will see you in 40 minutes.
See you in 40. That sounds so much like my old school bell. It's actually scary.
I think it sounds like a now boarding. Oh. How
I did not do very well in terms of reading. But on the plus side, my kitchen is clean.
Nice.
I think I read 4%, 5% of the book, but my kitchen is clean.
That's important, honestly.
And that's important. What about you?
I listened to what ended up being like 45 pages.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. It's definitely going to have to be an audiobook.
Are you getting into it?
Well, I started like reading and listening at the same time once I sat back down. She pulled the Sally Rooney and there are no quotation marks.
No. I wish that wasn't a device. I wish that people didn't do that because it genuinely is confusing.
I don't understand it. So I'm like, I didn't notice it when I was obviously just listening to the audiobook, but then I start like reading it along and I'm like, something's oh. So that's going to be an audiobook, which is fine.
Can you even tell in the audiobook? You can't tell at all, right?
No.
There you go. Audiobook it is.
Like, why? I don't know. Is it a British thing? Is it because Sally?
I don't know.
No, Sally Rooney's Irish, isn't she?
Where's the author from?
I have no
idea. Who is the author?
I've never heard of this author before.
That's fair.
I quite literally bought this book because it was
beautiful.
Yes. I mean,
been there.
Like pink astronaut.
Pastel pink astronaut.
Pastel pink astronaut. All right. We had a couple people join us. Hello, Brittany. Hello, Rye. Hello, Deb. Cassidy. Hello. Hello, Crystal. Crystal and I share a birthday.
Oh, no way.
Except not
Happy
really.
birthday. Except because of time zones.
She's from Australia, so it was like 12 hours ahead.
Fair.
Rosen also has flashbacks of school and the timer.
Yeah.
I apologize. I just like the fact that it's like calm because I don't like the ones that are
it's not a cat.
I can't do the cat. I keep literally every time. I'm like, where's the cat? I don't even own a cat.
Every time. I don't even have a cat. I don't even have a cat, but I wasn't on with them. I was just watching it a couple weeks ago, and I genuinely did look around, and I was like, "Is there one?" No, you don't own a cat.
Because I know my well, I think the very first time that I heard it, my neighbor's cat had just ran off, and she had just come up, and I was like, "Hey, you see my cat?" And so then I'm like, "Oh, the cat is here." Anyway,
that's rude of them.
Right. We finally organized.
Yay!
My silly bosses. Yay! Delayed. Now they're gone. Woohoo! Right. I think this was in regards to the no quotation.
I think this is the no quotation marks. Yeah.
I don't understand it. The cat is the worst. It definitely does make you stop reading, but it doesn't.
It does get your attention. That is the thing. It does. It does get your attention.
And so I guess if you were using it as an actual Pomodoro timer to stop doing one thing to do another thing, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Got 30 minutes read, ate lunch, did the dishes, did a load of laundry, tidied my desk. Wow, that was so productive.
That is an entire day's work for me
right?
in 40 minutes.
I picked up the trash and stuff in because I unboxed my birthday stuff in here yesterday, and I have Amazon boxes and stuff in here.
Is there a haul coming?
Huh?
Is there a haul coming?
I'm just gonna put it into the end of month stuff because
that's fair.
Yeah, so I'll just do it at the very beginning of the month.
Okay.
I had thought about doing a separate haul, but then I was there's literally gonna end up being a haul 2 weeks in a row.
Ah, fair.
Yeah, and while I know they do well, I just I'm very OCD about the way that my channel is set up and how thumbnails can't look the same when they're next to each other.
Spread them out
anyway.
a little bit. I don't like I don't like having two tags right behind each other, or
right. I don't even like having
two kind of like similar themes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I did that, and then I also put the duvet cover on my comforter,
and
I started a load of laundry. So
that is also pretty productive.
It's productive sprint. 13% of Lavender House had a quick student meeting. 9 to 10 are office hours. So multitasking, very good. And you're doing that one for the Avengers boss battle. I remember that in the Discord. Used to that. I don't like the ones that beep. You're right.
No.
Or the ones that are like the explosion. Like I don't like that.
There's an explosion one. I don't think I would like that one. I think that's a little bit too far.
Right. See, this also makes sense because you have a cat or cats. And so that would just be like a normal thing.
It's just like everyday life then. Yeah, that doesn't add up.
It would be the same like if I heard a dog, I would just be like, oh yeah, the dog's barking.
You would just be like, which one of the four of you is it now?
Right. Although there'll be times where I'm filming and then I hear a dog that usually ends up being the neighbor's dog, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like my dog. Listening to Fake It Till You Bake It while finishing a crochet baby blanket. Oh, that's lovely. I think Michelle's reading this for rom-com.
I think she has got on her TBR. I have got my eye on it,
script, but I don't own it.
I think I have got it on script as well.
I am so like nervous of like cooking related romances.
Really?
Well, yeah. So like, there's so many of them, right?
That's true.
And I read 2 of them in June that were awful.
Which ones?
Just so bad. Chef's Kiss and Queerly Beloved.
Did you read Chef's Kiss the graphic novel or Chef's Kiss the novel? Because I know that there's 2.
The novel. I read Chef's Kiss the graphic novel. That was actually adorable.
Somebody. TJ Andrews, Alexander, TJ something.
Alexander. Yeah.
Thank you.
That one, it's a single POV in the most boring person's perspective.
No.
And like the weird thing is that as the reader that the one character is non-binary, but the person POV doesn't know that. And so they use incorrect pronouns the entire book.
No.
Yeah. I was like, no, I can't. I actually DNF'd.
Not good.
I was like, we're at the halfway point and you've been dead naming this person the entire time.
That's not good, girl.
Using the wrong pronouns. And I'm like, I don't understand because TJ Alexander is non-binary. I think. Like, I'm pretty sure. But
if that's true, then make it make sense.
Right. And I know it's just because like you're only in the one person's head. And so like, according to her, they haven't come out. So she thinks that because it's an AFAB person. Like, yeah.
Have you read
me because on the back of the book, the synopsis says that it's so like it was just like it was weird in the plot. Like if we would have just been like this isn't out, I don't know.
Have you read Love and Other Disasters?
Not yet. Because I knew like everyone
much better there.
Oh, good. Because everyone was comparing
much better. And I think as well, I'm pretty sure as well Anita Kelly is non-binary. I'm pretty sure I've seen that.
Okay. See, both Cal and Thor finished Chef's Kiss, and I was like, I'm so bored. Like, I'm so mad at this, and also like the person is just boring that you're in their head. And so then I texted both Cal and Thor, and I was like, should I even finish this? And both of them were like, no.
Like, do you think if it was a dual POV, it would have been a little bit more exciting?
Yes, because the other character was the sweetest, cutest person ever.
Oh,
and I was like,
and you do not get to see a single bit of inside their head.
Just a little. But you also know the person, like you know how I am about single POV romances.
Yeah.
See, also this. Simone she had a trans roommate, and it was like trans encyclopedia. Like every single question, like how should I treat this? Like it was
like a person?
Like Google's free. Google is free. All right. Anyways, reading Buddy read chapters of Throne of Glass. Very nice. Have one chapter left, but unfortunately, I have to get ready for work soon.
Right.
Stupid adulting. Not gonna lie, when I was like, "Oh, I'm taking these days off," and then originally we had thought about going somewhere, but that would be it'd be like going to Vegas probably, but it's so hot, and also Shotzi's in heat right now, and so I was like, we don't want to do that. So I was like, I'm just gonna take these 2 days and like just like disconnect from anything. And I'm like so excited because I was like, I'm gonna be able to finish books. I'm gonna be able to read. I'm gonna take myself to a coffee shop tomorrow morning. I'm so excited.
Oh my God, you're gonna have the best self-care day.
Right. I'm so excited. And then getting supper prep, so ready to go when I do get hungry. Very nice.
That's a very good idea.
Seriously, just act like a human and you will be fine. Google is free.
Google is free.
I say that all the time on my channel.
I think like, you need to get a t-shirt.
I should, but I like obviously haven't trademarked. Like I've a lot of people say it, but I really want to be able to say it to someone in real life.
Like, if it ever happens, text me immediately. If it ever happens, I need to know immediately. Just say it happened. I'll know in context.
Just it happened.
I said it. I'll know exactly what we're talking about.
I do not have that like real life energy. So like we have our team is currently in these like because we have a very open office concept at work, and they have an open like actual like office space for 3 people that one team moved out of, and originally they told us that we could move into it, and then we never actually like got the confirmation, and it's been like a month now where they were like literally no one's in that office right now. It's just like empty, right? And so my teammate was like, you should just like move all your stuff in there and just like have this like boss ass bitch mentality of like, you may talk to my secretary. And I was like, do I look like I have that kind of like, do I look like I have that kind of energy?
I agree. I think you should.
I would not be able to do that.
I agree.
Wave has gotten used to me asking a question out loud and then shouting wait while I search it on Google.
You know what I've started to do? When at my parents' house and they ask me these like questions like how far away is this from this? I will just go, hey, enter thing name here, and then I will ask the question for them and it'll respond. I'm not going to say the name because I have one and I don't want to activate it. But I will just
right next to the desk. It would go off too.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. My thing is always when we're watching a movie or a TV show or something, then we'll be like, oh, that's the person from that show. And then like immediately we have to go look it up.
Immediately. You can't finish out the film without knowing what obscure little 5-second frame you've seen them in a film 20 years ago.
And it's really funny when we're watching like a lot of the medical shows will have people on for like one episode.
Yeah.
And then we'll be like, we've seen them before in something. And so like we were watching House and we were trying to do that. Which is like an old show. And so,
yeah, that's like the last 10 years I finished or something.
Right.
I was on TikTok this morning before work and I saw this guy from Australia who did something kind of like a sketch about this, where he and his mom sit down to watch a film a lot, and she'll turn to him and she's like, why is this plant in the room? And he's like, I have seen as much film as you have seen. I don't have the answers to this either. And then she'll go away. She'll like go make coffee or go to the bathroom or something, and she'll be like, don't pause it. It's fine. Just keep going. It's fine. And then she'll come back. Okay, what's this happening now? Why are they here? And he's like, I think he said that at one time when she went out to make coffee, he switched the film. So they had started watching Line and instead he put on like Slumdog Millionaire, which had the same person in it, and she came back, and like it never clicked, but she just looked so confused for the whole
Oh my god, I should totally do this. Derek does that all the time. He'll like go out. Derek will do that. He'll like go in the kitchen or like go to the bathroom or something, and he'll come back. And like, because I'm so ADHD that I don't really like, I don't follow a show directly. Like, you know what I mean? I'm also doing 3 other things. And so he'll come back in the room and he goes, "What did I miss?" And I'm like, probably the same thing I did. Oh, yeah.
He should know better by this stage.
Right. Hello, Krista. Hello. Yeah, no, I'm always on my phone or like reading a book or
on my phone
like,
or reading.
Actually, honestly, this is a general evening is TV is on, book is in hand, computer is sitting on the couch with one headphone in, listening to a like a sprint session. Like, that's generally
my thing of watching, like casting something onto your TV and watching something else while you're on your phone. Sometimes I will like that. Sometimes but if I'm at my parents' house, I will cast like sprints or like a reading vlog or something onto my TV, and I will just be watching something else like a TBR or a wrap up or a haul or something on my phone, and I'll be like, it's all working for the hours, baby.
Exactly. We're just doing it for watch time.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't normally do. Well, I probably have done it before, but I don't usually watch TV. Like I don't usually watch YouTube on the TV unless I'm home by myself, because Derek doesn't watch YouTube. So
you can break him. There's time.
Funny. Well, it's funny because he'll walk in when we're doing sprints and he goes, "Oh, I know that person."
Oh, cute.
And there was one day that I was doing sprints with not my like not like normal group of people, because normally it's like Avengers or something like that. And I was doing it on I got invited onto somebody else's channel, and he walks in and goes, "Those aren't your normal people."
Oh, that's so cute.
Because like Derek plays D&D with Cal and Thor and Margaret, and so like we are like Cal and Margaret were at our wedding, so like he knows some people, but he's like, "Those aren't your normal people."
You have other friends?
He really does. He Cassidy, you and Derek would be really good friends. The only thing is Derek generally strays more into historical fiction, but then when I unboxed Shadow of the Gods, he immediately was like, "Can I read that?"
You're gonna make a booktuber out of him yet.
I tried to.
I know, and he does a really good job at it.
Do you know how many pages he is into that book?
Do I want to know?
Like 30.
Do you mean the one that he's had since the start of this month?
Every single time I'm like, you should read while I'm on sprints. And he's like, yeah, I should. And then he'll be on his phone all night.
Just staring at the background reading. You don't even need to comment. You just turn around. How many pages have you read?
It's like the funniest thing, but but like I don't know how, because like I'm neurodivergent, he is neurotypical, and so he won't read for like a week. He still remembers what happened in the book, and then he'll sit down and he'll read 200 pages like in an hour. And I was like, "How do you do that?"
I am neurodivergent, or I'm neurotypical, and I don't even remember what I read 5 minutes ago. Like, I don't remember what I read at the start of these spreads.
Are you sure?
I just know that it talked about Nora's very early life.
Yeah, he can remember books that he read like 3 years ago. And I was like, maybe it's just because I read so many more. But if I don't write reviews for a book, I'm not doing a wrap up. Like, if I
don't write it in my book journal, that is the end of the game.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this book is even about.
If you saw my like behind the scenes for filming a wrap up, like the edited footage is about like 30 minutes, right? It's like 30-minute. The actual footage, like 2 hours, because it's like generally like me going through a Goodreads and being like, what was this book again?
It's the exact same with my summer TBR wrap up. I filmed that the other week, and I was like, it's August. Some of these I read in the start of May. That is an entire lifetime ago. I don't even remember what color the cover is.
Right. I don't write things down specifically, but I just like, I will go back and look at my review, because I will do my Goodreads review and my book spreadsheet immediately after finishing a book. Otherwise, I won't do it.
Not fair.
There was a book that I read I think it was last year, that I didn't put into my book spreadsheet, and so I didn't film it in my monthly wrap up. And then I remembered it ended up being on my like worst books of the year. And I was like, this book was so boring. I forgot that I read it the month that I read it.
That's never a good sign. Never a good sign.
Same, honestly.
Same.
Same. And the fact that I, like, when I read all of those romance books, by the end of it, oh my God, trying to do that wrap up, I was like, so the main character and the love interest, couldn't tell you the names of them because I read 10 romance books in a row.
Sometimes they don't even have names. Sometimes it's just person X and person Y, and they were both in this book.
They were in this book, and she did something, and he did something, and yeah.
And then they fell in love. The end.
The end. You're right.
No, I totally see it. Like, they must have all just been a blur by the end of the 10 books.
They really were. They really were. Like 4 like different tropes, which was nice. Okay. Like, probably fake dating was the like most common trope.
I feel that with books, like, in general, though, there's a lot of fake dating books that are coming on the shelves at the moment.
I'm here.
Me too.
Like, that's probably my second favorite romance trope.
What's your first?
I'm friends to lovers.
Okay, we like it.
I am of the unpopular opinion that I don't love enemies to lovers.
I can take it or leave it.
Yeah,
it depends on how it's written.
Feel like it's never in romance. It's never done well. In fantasy, it's done better because, like, then you can actually like understand why they hate each other, because they're usually from like rival kingdoms or something like that. But like,
hating each other because you're romance, you're like hating each other because you're both up for a promotion doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he was mean to you. Get over it, or don't.
But,
Sam Bucky is just, that is a trope. Sam Bucky is its own trope. Because I don't know what it is. Is it friends to lovers? Is it hate to love? Is it, oh my God, you're so annoying, but
it's adorable. Everything in one.
Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, on that note, I still need to read The Darkness Outside Us this month. It's, you know, I've read,
among many other books that you need to read this month.
I've read how many books this month? And then the one,
I think you said 19.
The one book that I haven't, like, that I actually have to read for a live show to do.
When is the show?
What?
When's the show?
Oh, it'll probably be the first week of September.
Oh, you've got.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because it's for the Avengers reading challenge. Like, that's the group book. So we'll talk about it.
You've got plenty.
Of course, fake dating doesn't happen in real life. That's why we read about it.
Not once. Not once.
I mean, Derek and I were the opposite of fake dating, where we were telling everybody we weren't dating.
That's much more common, I can bet. I can bet that is so much more common.
That was because, like, we worked for the same company, and they had a really dumb relationship rule where you couldn't date people on your team for no reason. I don't know why. The funniest thing was that we went to dinner with our old boss last month, a couple weeks ago, because he was in town, and he's like, hey, I'm in Utah, like, well, let's go get dinner. And then I introduced Derek to the director of ops because we went to like my like the restaurant that my company owns. And I was like, yeah, this is my husband. And my boss goes, wait, what? I was like, oh yeah, we were together for 2 years. But neither of us work for you anymore. Surprise! I read very little romance. The rest of my TBR is contemporary romance. Yes, rom-comathon.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just here for the happiness. Like, it's just gonna be.
One of my friends messaged me earlier on and said, I filmed a video. Guess what it's about? And I said, is it titled Books Aoife's Forcing Me to Read Next Week?
Yeah. I love that. I love that.
I think that's what the TBR should be known as.
I'm definitely reading I'm reading Husband Material by Alexis Hall.
Ooh.
Which I'm really scared of because Cal only gave it 3 stars, and I think that's the only book that he hasn't given 5 stars to from Alexis Hall. Yeah.
I have yet to finish Boyfriend Material because I started the audiobook on Spotify, but Spotify treats audiobooks like a song and not like a podcast. So for some dumbass reason, you can't increase or decrease the speed. You just have to listen to it at 1.0.
It's on Scribd.
It's on Scribd, but I'm not a 1.0 girly. I'm a 2, maybe a 2.5 girly. So when I was listening to it, I was like,
yeah,
I'm going to throw something out the table.
Right? Oh my
I'm going to throw it out the fucking table. So when I saw it on Scribd, I was like, this is much better.
I remember finding an audiobook I was trying to read one of the Narnia books and I couldn't. I found the audiobook on YouTube. And it wasn't actually it wasn't an actual audiobook. It was a YouTuber that like did dramatic readings.
Okay.
But so he read it as an audiobook, right? And I didn't know at the time that you could speed up YouTube videos.
Oh, honey.
And I was like, oh my God, please talk faster.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
I know. This is as a baby booktuber. So like 2018.
Oh yeah, she grown since then. She knows.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yes, that's such a good representation of it.
Eve Brown.
Because Jacob really fucking cannot stand her.
Yes.
But to be fair, she broke his arm.
Right.
So understandable.
I love all of those Brown sisters.
What's your ranking?
Danny, Chloe, Eve.
I think I'm Danny, Eve, Chloe.
That like even Chloe probably would go back and forth, but just because I am the oldest
but
child.
Danny is like supreme.
Yes. Right. Again, friends to lovers.
Yes.
Right? Friends to lovers, fake dating.
Roisin, who's in the comments, messaged me when she finished reading it, and she was like, if ever a man was created for you, it is Zaf, because he reads romance books and he plays rugby. And that is that is all I want in a partner. Romance reader, rugby.
Like when you finished reading that, and like as a bisexual person, I am like, I don't know if I want to be Danny or date Danny.
Or be on her.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I'm like, can I just join your couple and we can be a happy little tribe?
we can swap between each other. It's fine.
It's fine.
Everybody gets a turn.
I think most people don't like Danny as much.
But
that's
okay. People can be wrong about things.
People can be wrong. Cal is just easy. But that's the great thing about those books is that like everyone relates to something.
Yes, everybody has a sister. Everybody has one of the sisters that they are.
Yes, Ryan and I have the same ranking on like 90% of all books. So
fair.
It's kind of like me and you with romance.
After Brie put out her reading 10 romance video book, I messaged her straight away and said, you and I have such similar tastes that I'm concerned we're the same person.
I think hold on, I need to close my office.
Hi, doggies.
Sorry, my washing machine decided to go into spin cycle and it was very loud. Yeah, no, I think for romance, like you and I have almost exactly the same. So I'm very excited to see what you think about The Wedding Crasher. Are you reading it next week?
It's on the reserves.
Okay.
It's on the reserves for POC because I've got like the 4 that I want to read, but I've also got maybe about 20 that I'm like, I might just go into this after I've finished all 4 of them.
It has some,
and I still have to get to the wedding. Is it the wedding? What's the one before that? The Worst Best Man. I still have to get into that first.
So those are not, it's not a series.
Oh, they're 6. So you can read them in any order you want.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Like if you read them on, I don't know if they're in the same world or not, but on Goodreads, they say that they're the same book. It's just standalone.
Oh, so it doesn't have like the Wedding Crasher 1, the Wedding Crasher 2. Mm-hmm. Excellent news. This has changed everything.
Right?
Yes.
Schmidt. Let's see. Eve, Chloe, Danny. I think most people resonated the most with Eve.
I think yes. It's the chaotic energy.
It really is. Like, I remember reading that and I was like, Eve is a hot mess and I love her.
Yeah. Eve is a hot mess and I think I might be her.
Fair. This is true. Like,
that's also true.
Yeah, like because they are all individual tropes. Did you read her other series?
The Girl Like Her? I've got the first one, I think, but I haven't read it. I haven't read them yet, though.
Those are also amazing.
Excellent. And I've also got a copy of The Princess Trap somewhere on that Kindle that I really need to. Right. I have changed my TBR about 20 times. And even when I filmed it, I was like, oh, I forgot that one.
This is why I'm not making it there.
Also, I forgot an entire trope. I left out an entire trope, or one of the prompts. I left out an entire prompt.
I was confused about that. So
I completely forgot that it existed.
What are the tropes?
So, the prompts are: read your favorite trope.
Okay.
Read a romance with POC rep. Read a romance with LGBT rep. Extra points if you put them together. Okay. Read a backlist from your favorite author, and that's the one I forgot. Not only did I not put it in the TBR, I also didn't put any suggestions with it. And there's another one, the host's favorite color. So yellow, because purple is not my favorite color, which confuses the hell out of everybody. Yellow or green.
Okay. And then
the self-care prompt.
And then read the Tessa Bailey book.
And the Tessa Bailey book. Okay. And treat
yourself.
That's
7 prompts if you split up the LGBT and POC, and if you read one of each author's, or each, like, yellow and green.
Yeah.
So then I can do 7 and 7.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Technically, yes. If you split everything up. And depending on how many favorite tropes you have, you could have 6 favorite tropes for all I know.
That's true.
There's people out there with several
favorites. That one I'm probably going to stretch.
I like stretching too. I like stretching because there's so many readathons that I'm bending the rules so far they're going to shatter.
Right. Well,
why are you stretching? What are you stretching to?
Well, because it's just going to be like, oh, I would like to read this book. This has a trope that I like. It might not be my favorite trope. Like
that counts.
Yeah, exactly.
That counts.
So like I have to read, because the 3 books that are still on my magical readathon TBR are Husband Material, Astrid Parker, and Fumbled.
What's that last one?
Fumbled by Alexa Martin.
I don't know.
It's a football book. Yeah. And it's POC. So it's POC rep. And then Husband Material will be
LGBT rep.
And then Astrid Parker is a greenish.
Yeah, it's green. It's like I'm counting My Killer Vacation as the favorite color. And that's like turquoisey green.
It's
like
the same
kind of
color
the same
as
green
it,
as your identifiers here. So I think it
right.
counts.
Yeah, we're counting it.
I think it counts.
But then I would need to find the yellow one, which I'm sure
I thought it was hilarious that me and Michelle took each other's favorite color rather than our own. Michelle is reading a yellow book and I'm reading a green one.
Oh, thank you for listening for my birthday.
Oh, the Julia Whelan.
That's a rom-com, right?
Yes.
Where's
Michelle?
Michelle! That has yellow text. So that would
Yeah, it does. I'm picturing the color or the cover in my head. Isn't the book also?
No, I think the book is blue. Let me get it.
Am I picturing it wrong in my head? But is there like a book or something on the cover? Yes.
Yeah,
there's that I'm thinking of. That. Yeah.
So there's plenty of yellow.
There's loads of yellow.
Right.
I mean, like I said, Ro, I have bent the rules so far they shatter. It counts. It counts. I've bent the rules so far they shatter on so many readathons. Like, it counts.
It counts. It can be someone else's favorite author.
Yeah. Yes.
There you go.
I like your thinking.
I definitely would say that Olivia Day is one of my favorite authors.
There you go. Done.
I also have Shipwrecked. That one actually I might use as the favorite trope because it's a plus size.
Oh,
main
character. Nice. Yeah.
Which isn't like normal like romance trope, but we'll count it.
We'll count it.
Okay. Because it's not a backlist. The backlist one is going to be the one that's the hardest. Honestly.
Yeah, because then you have to decide what author you're going to do. I've taken Christina Lauren because Daniela gave me Love and Other Words for my birthday, and Michelle said, that's going to break your heart. Please read it immediately. So
that doesn't sound very comedic.
No. No.
Oh, The Worst Best Man would be a backlist. Yeah.
That counts. 100%.
Because I gave the author 5 stars. So
yeah.
Favorite author.
There you go. See? We bend the rules so far they shatter. That's just what we do. I also accidentally joined into the Magical Readathon without knowing.
Oh no.
Because a lot of the books that I've got planned for August will fit into, I think it's Scribe I looked at. So I was like, fine, I'm going to be a scribe now.
There you go.
I just need one more book with the colors of the Irish flag. And there's definitely something on that shelf. There's definitely something on the shelf.
Right. That's what I'm reading husband material for. I was like, technically it's red, white, and blue because they're British.
I could also be really bold and be like, well, I don't live in Ireland anymore. I live in Germany and they have a different color flag. And then just find black, oh God, black, red, and
yellow.
Gold. Yeah.
Or gold, yeah.
I can find that.
Easy.
Yes, I have seen 2 people have made a discussion about the favorite author. Take it as literally any author. It can be somebody else's favorite author. It can be your favorite author. It can be nobody's favorite author. It could be.
You have a lot of faith. You have a lot of faith that I have read every book from an author. Because I actually haven't read Olivia Dade's backlist. But I also don't own them physically, and I'm trying to read my physical books. So
that's fair.
Let's see. Forgot about it being my favorite author and backlist. Oops, need to pick something else.
Again, just go with it. Just go with it, girl.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm so lenient with this. I'm just like Daniela from Only a 4-Page Message. She was like, "Does YA count?" I was like, "Yep, absolutely." If it's a rom,
definitely romantic comedy. Yeah.
It's a rom. It's a com. It's a rom-com.
Yeah. If there's any, honestly, it's probably more comedic than
I would say much more so.
I guess we should probably read again.
Do a reading.
Let me reset the timer, and that's a thing that we should do.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you in 40 minutes.
See you in a bit.
Hello.
Hello. We've just
I was
met
sitting
Ray
in.
Ryan.
Ooh.
You were sitting?
I was sitting in my comfy chair and I was like, oh crap. It's
Happened.
I wasn't paying attention to the timer.
That has happened to me several times. Do not panic.
It's fine. I didn't get a lot of reading done this time.
No, neither did I. I am, speaking about it, updated my reading journal from my previous book and started my reading journal for this book.
Sorry, I was reading comments. I read like 10 pages, but I made pasta salad.
Oh, nice.
Well, technically it was leftover, and then it's gonna go bad. Like, I need to throw it out after today. So I was like,
Okay.
I should eat this.
What kind of pasta salad?
It was like sun-dried tomatoes and olives and mushrooms and chickpeas.
Oh, nice.
And feta cheese.
Nice.
Confirmation that you work for any and all books read for a single Nexus event. So anything you finish before 7 p.m. tonight, this would count. 7 p.m. Eastern. Is that right? 7 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah. So if you finished 5 books in this event, then this boss battle event, then you can get double points for all 5.
Oh, nice.
So you can be strategic. We're doing a Loki boss battle right now. And
nice.
That's technically what these sprints are, because they get bonus points for like joining sprints. So we tried to make them like we try to do sprints different times of day, so you get bonus points.
Yeah.
The problem is that we all live in the America or Canada, and so I was like, well, I guess we'll do a daytime sprint, and I'll just do it by myself. And then I was like, but I don't want to sprint by myself, so I'll find some European friends. Try to have a lunchtime nap. You know, dogs don't let you do that.
No. Dogs do things on their time.
Right. They're like, oh, you want to nap? Well, I want to, like, oh God, my puppy, I'm pretty sure is on crack. He's like, oh, it's bedtime? We're going to run around the house like crazy.
Oh, so he's a cat.
Something. And then, I don't know, the dog can apparently sleep on, or can exist on 0 sleep, because at 5 o'clock this morning, he's whining, ready to get up. And I was like, sir.
We need to explain to you the concept of a bedtime.
Now he's sleeping, so maybe I should go whine at him.
Yes. You know that, is it a Vine or something? I didn't sleep because of y'all. Y'all ain't gonna sleep because of me.
Exactly.
You should do that to your dog.
You know, good for your dogs. Mine don't. An hour left of your audiobook for this Nexus challenge. Fantastic, because you still have like
that's really good.
5 hours left. I guess I should like probably focus on one of these books because they both will work.
Which one are you vibing with more?
Well, so I'm vibing with Atlas 6 more, but it's also a slower read, so I don't know that I would finish it by 5 p.m. tonight. And the game is that you have to finish the book by the end of the pop-up event.
Okay.
Whereas this one only has 5.5 hours left of the audiobook, but I read it on 2.7 times speed, so I could finish it in 2 hours.
3 hours? Yeah.
So that's
Fair
probably
point.
what I should focus on.
True.
But yeah. How are you liking your book?
I really like it so far. It's quite slow, but I like it. It is just a little bit like right now is very much getting a background of Nora Ephron. And also now we've just gotten a background on Meg Ryan. Ooh. So I'm expecting we're going to get a background on Tom Hanks quite soon.
Fantastic.
And or Billy Crystal.
Love that. Are you trying to read like different type books over this weekend so that Monday you like feel refreshed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
same.
for the last, I think maybe 2 or 3 books. Let me just check. For the last, maybe definitely 2. That no, the last romance that I read, I finished it on the 12th of August.
Okay.
So that's what, a week ago. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books that I have read since then.
That were not
Some were
romance.
audiobooks, and one was a Chuck Tingle, which was like 15 pages. So I don't think I should count that as a book. But the 5 that I read, none of them were romance.
Yeah. Yeah, I read the romance recipe. That was, I think I finished that one on Monday or Tuesday.
You really liked that, didn't you?
I really did.
I'm very intrigued by it.
See why it's not going to be a great book for everyone. It's definitely going to like, I think the majority of the people, it's going to live in the world of this is a book that exists and I read it.
Fair. Fair.
But I think like I just vibed with it pretty.
That's fair. Late. That happened. Yeah. I'm intrigued by it. I applied for a like 5-chapter summary of it from NetGalley like ages ago, and they were like, no. But then I now want to read it out of spite.
I requested it on NetGalley and got left unread.
Nice.
It's still pending. So then I emailed the publisher and I was like, hey, this is like very close to my personal story. So like, can I read it? Never got a response.
Nice.
And so then I was like, screw it, I'm buying it.
And you just know that when you do that, the publisher will be like, approve. You just know.
Literally.
You just know. But I can't remember. I think it was last week or something. Hodder and Stoughton, a publishing house in the UK, sent me a book, as in we're like, this is the book, we want you to read it. And then I sent a request for another one of their books that I really genuinely wanted to read. I think it was the new Maddie Eddings one. And they declined me on that. And I was like, this is 2 edges of a sword here. So I sent that out on Twitter. I was like, Hodder and Stoughton really want you to remember who Daddy is, with the picture of like, we want you to read this, but we don't want you to read this. And then maybe 5 hours later, I got an email. Congratulations, you've been auto-approved for Hodder and Stoughton. I was like, who's Daddy now?
I love that for you.
Bow to me. And the best thing is, 2 of the books that I really want to read this year are by Hodder and Stoughton, so now I can access them without having to ask anybody.
I don't know what I did to the NetGalley gods. My approval rating is my percentage is only at like 50%, and I'm getting Berkeley books.
How?
I don't know.
Who do you know?
I just got approved for the new Emily Wibberley book.
Who do you know?
I don't know. I was like, my percentage is shit. What are you doing?
I've been there where I've had like 7% and they're like, here, you want to read this? And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, but have you seen?
I'm on a list for Avon because they requested like Brown Sisters. And so that's why I've gotten all of the Olivia Dade books.
Oh, nice.
Because they just send them to me.
Nice.
But I got a physical arc of the second one, All the Feels. And so then, even though I have the e-arc copy of Shipwrecked, I did send them an email. And I was like, hey, remember me? you want to send me a physical book?
Can I have?
Then I have a full collection of arcs. I also really want to find an ARC copy of Chloe Brown because they have ARC copies of Danny and Eve.
Oh, and then that would set up the system.
Yeah, the whole collection. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's Daddy now?
I felt so powerful that evening. I was like, oh my god.
Wait, were you able to go back in and
That's the thing. I wasn't able to go back and like get the book that I wanted. It was still request declined. I was like, Well, it helps, but not really.
Not really.
But I did somehow otherwise get a copy.
I'm so bad at my NetGalley books because my problem is that I have such bad object permanence. Then when I go to make my TBR, I forget that those books exist.
Same. The last couple of TBRs that I've made have not put a single ebook on them.
We need to do a NetGalley readathon.
Yes, we do.
Let's do.
Yes,
I can revive
the hell up.
We can revive NetGalley November.
Yes. Oh my god, let's do it. Because genuinely, I've been thinking of doing it anyway. Let's just officially put a name on it.
Right. Well, there was drama about that, and I will talk to you about it after the live. There was drama.
I saw this, I think it was like a biscuit or something. It was like, I don't want to be involved in the drama, but I want to know 107% of what happened.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, that's my life.
Essentially, there was someone else that created NetGalley November, and like we didn't know about it, and they didn't know about it. We didn't know about each other. And like they were actually really cool about it. I was just like, "Hey, we're doing a thing." They were more on Bookstagram, I think, and we were more. On
okay. Okay.
But it was like, it got confusing. It was confusing,
okay.
Yeah. So we'll have to come up with a different name.
But we'll do something.
Yeah. Because like November is a really good. Yeah. Were you part of that last year? I don't remember if it was you.
I don't remember.
Maybe I don't.
I don't honestly, think I might have been.
November of last year was so long ago.
Time stopped in March 2020. That's when time stopped.
It did and it didn't, because like I feel like that was an entire era ago.
Yeah. Like you can break the pandemic down into like eras of what popular culture was hot. You can do like the Bridgerton era of the pandemic, or the Squid Game era of pandemic, or like the reading era. Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, that was a time.
That was a whole era of its own.
That was a whole and then like it feels like 2020 was so long ago. Animal Crossing era.
Oh my god, yes, the Animal Crossing era. I never got onto Animal Crossing, and I kind of regret that I didn't.
I didn't either because I didn't have a Switch.
I also don't, but I kind of regret that I wasn't part of that. I have FOMO from Animal Crossing.
I would go on people, because like people would do like the Twitch streams where they would like play Animal Crossing, and so I would just like watch it and then play Sims, because I could.
That would be if I was to stream a game, I would stream The Sims too.
Before I started on YouTube, I was going to make a Sims channel, and then I realized that my computer was not strong enough to be able to like screen record and play Sims.
Yeah, I was off work sick yesterday, and I was off work sick yesterday and Wednesday. I wasn't like dying sick; it was just recovery from dental stuff. And I was like, I don't really have the headspace to read or do anything that's super taxing, but I could destroy 4 Sims lives.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I just would like building things. I honestly like had less fun playing it.
I love playing it. I love messing with people's heads.
Like, yeah, I like having stories and things like that.
Yeah,
and, like, having I think there was at one point where I had like 5 generations of people that I would just like continue.
I think I am on my like 5th or 6th generation of the town by now. I think I'm in like 6th generation. What's your method of murder?
You pick out the people and you like put in new people into your houses, and
and you're like, they're gonna decorate it all different.
I honestly just like building stuff. Like I would spend hours building a house.
I love building stuff in The Sims too.
I'm pretty sure I have a Pinterest board of floor plans that I figured out how to like
for The Sims
to.
That's such a good idea. Why did I not think of that?
I was like, this is the only thing my math is good for. I say that like I'm not an actual scientist who actually does have to use math. Anyways, should we maybe do like one more 30-minute sprint?
Yeah, let's go.
And then we will call it an afternoon or a day
or an evening
or whatever
whatever.
time of the day.
Insert time of day here. That's what we're gonna call it.
We're gonna do that. All right. Well, I'm gonna actually read this time.
Excellent. Me too. Rather than scroll on my phone.
Oh, right. Oh no.
There's a new community video.
That's exciting.
I don't want to be part of the drama. I just need to know 103% of what happened.
Exactly. Specifically the Twitter stuff. Although I think this one's gonna be book talk because I think there was a book talk.
Oh,
that like
I didn't hear anything.
I don't know. I'm not really on book talk, but it leaks into book Twitter.
Yes, it generally does.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm interested.
Me too. This one. Nope, this one. There we go. All right, I'll see you in 30 minutes. There we are.
See you then. happy? You're on mute.
Hello.
Just chilling.
Just chilling.
Having a good time. What do you read?
Nothing. I napped.
That's
I
fair.
napped. Right? No. I
That's fair.
read up to like page 37 or something like that.
That's good. That's good. Of the Atlas 6?
Yeah. I was like, since I'm going to sit here and physically read, I'll read the Atlas 6 for a little bit. And then
That's fair.
when I go do some housework stuff, I will listen to my audiobook.
That is a good plan.
Right? How did you do?
I did pretty okay. I read 2%, but that's again because it's quite slow. It's quite chunky. I feel like if I was reading like as a physical book, it would be quite big.
Yeah. Is it it's nonfiction?
It's nonfiction.
Yeah. Those always read slower too.
Yes, nonfiction reads very slowly. But we have just heard about this wonderful man called Tom Hanks. So I'm fine with that.
Nice.
I'm fine with staying with Tom Hanks for a bit this evening.
Right. Let's see. Read 26 pages of Savage Road, and then Book of the Month box came. Your Book of the Month box was late.
Like, I wish we could get Book of the Month.
I know.
I see so many people with it, and I have FOMO. I want one.
I mean, they're not that great. Like, do I get them every month? Yes, but that's just because they're like cheaper than buying a new release hardcover.
That's fair. How much is a Book of the Month box?
So your first one is like $15. Like you get a credit every month for $15, and then you can add on like 2 books for $11.
Okay, that's not too bad.
So like, and they're usually new releases. Sometimes you actually get them before they're released. Which is nice.
Not bad.
Right. And so like for some hardcover adult books, like that would normally be $28. That's good. But I don't think that the quality is as good. And they always have the Book of the Month stamp on them. So the cover is generally not as good.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's not, got another 25 minutes list too. Fantastic. Oh, you ordered
good.
That makes sense.
That's good.
That makes sense.
That's fair.
Well, like, because they were talking about generally they add in, like, Taylor Jenkins Reid is always in there, and so we figured Carrie Soto would be. And I think it's probably going to end up being a September book because because
it comes out at the end of August, right?
Yeah. But I hate the US cover. So
the US cover is the yellow one, right?
Yes, it's so ugly. So I just bought it on Waterstones.
There, because the UK one is super nice.
So pretty, yeah. Hi, bud. I know it's ended up being shorter than all my other books, though, so that's frustrating.
Oh, yeah.
Because
we have very different sizes than you do.
Yeah. Schmidt, you're on crack.
He's like, I don't care.
Yeah, you're crazy. Go take a nap. Anyways, well, thank you for joining me.
No problem.
Eva's channel is linked down below. Would you like to plug Rom-Comathon or anything else?
Yes. So Rom-Comathon is hosted by myself and Michelle from Michelle's Library. It is starting midnight your time zone on Monday the 22nd of August, and it ends at midnight your time zone at the end of Monday the 29th of August. We have got a bingo board with a couple of prompts. We have got some self-care prompts. We are going to have some reading sprints on Monday. Brianna is actually going to be in the reading sprints on Monday as well. And if you are in any way inclined to read rom-coms, watch rom-coms, think about rom-coms, we would love to see you.
Yeah. It's a nice way to like end the summer before we start going into all the like, spooky stuff.
Yeah. It's a good kind of a slide in, especially if one of them is the X-Hex, because I feel like that's a really good slide in.
Great slide in. Yeah. Did you?
Yeah.
Has the second one come out yet, or is it coming out?
No,
this
but I
fall?
think it's coming out soon.
Okay. Yeah.
I think.
I didn't request it on NetGalley because I saw it on there. But
that's
anyway. Right. Yeah. Hello, Bree. We're just ending, but hello.
But join us Monday.
Join us Monday. Actually, Cal and Margaret and I are sprinting tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Because
if I am alive, I will take part.
I'll say it's gonna be like the middle of the night for you.
If I am alive, I will be there.
How far ahead are you?
Right now, it's 8:40 in the evening.
Okay, so 8 hours ahead of me. 6 hours ahead of Eastern time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
sometimes I'm still awake. Sometimes I'm dead to the world.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, have a wonderful evening, and
you too. Have a great day.
Okay, and we will see you